After all these years of watching countless anime, I still come across people who think watching anime is childish. Their perspective is often shallow, and they refuse to acknowledge that what truly matters is the story, whether it's an anime or a live-action film. At least, that's how it is for me. A story can be simple and superficial or complex and deep, regardless of the genre. But because it's animated, people often put up a mental barrier against anime. So, in this video, I'm introducing 7 anime series that will make you think, or at least engage your mind to some extent. To truly appreciate these, you'll need patience and focus. And if you've already watched them but didn't quite get it, give them another shot. 7. Heavenly Delusion. This anime story unfolds in a post-apocalyptic world where something strange has happened, and the world has undergone significant changes. There's a seemingly heavenly place where children live under the care and control of robots and some adults. Everything seems fine and normal there. However, outside these walls, the world is chaotic and dangerous, especially with the presence of man-eating monsters called man-eaters. The story revolves around 2 characters, Maru and Karuko, who set out on a journey to reach a place called Heaven. But whether or not this heaven actually exists is unclear. This anime will definitely mess with your mind. After watching it, you'll have a lot of questions. To fully grasp its depth, watch it with an open mind and pay attention to even the seemingly insignificant details. Number 6. Death Note. I'm sure most of the people watching this video have already seen this anime, but let's go over the story. The plot revolves around a boy named Light, who discovers a notebook and plans to create a new world free of crime. This notebook has a unique power. If someone's name is written in it, they die. However, standing in Light's way is a genius detective determined to expose him and stop his plans. Even though many of you might have already seen Death Note, it's the kind of anime that can make you think deeply multiple times. The seemingly simple story becomes incredibly engaging thanks to the 2 highly intelligent characters clashing and sometimes even working alongside each other. To fully grasp the unfolding events, you need to watch each episode with focus and attention to detail. Number 5. Psycho Pass. Imagine a world where crime has almost been eradicated thanks to a godlike system. This system, known as the Sybil system, monitors every individual and categorizes them based on their psychological state. This means crimes can be prevented even before they occur. But does this system truly have no flaws? Can its decisions and authority ever be questioned? This is where Akane Tsunemori's journey begins, as she uncovers the truths behind the Sybil system and grapples with the moral and ethical dilemmas it presents. From the very first episode, your mind will be flooded with questions about whether this crime coefficient system is a blessing or a curse. Watching Psycho Pass will challenge your thoughts repeatedly. Just a heads up from me. Number 4. Attack on Titan. It's hard to imagine anyone hasn't heard of Attack on Titan by now, but let's go over the premise anyway. The story revolves around humanity living behind massive walls to protect themselves from giant humanoid creatures known as Titans, who have nearly wiped humans out. One day, a colossal Titan breaches one of the walls, turning the peaceful lives of the people inside into a living nightmare. This anime storytelling is so intricate and compelling that you need to pay attention to every dialogue and even background characters involved in key events. If it's your first time watching Attack on Titan, prepare to be flooded with questions at the end of each episode, only for those questions to multiply with each new one. But don't worry, most of your questions will be answered by the end. And if you've already seen the series, rewatching Season 1 will likely reveal details and connections you missed the first time, especially since they tie into major plot points later on. Also, there's an upcoming movie that will showcase the conclusion of Season 4 with a few additional new scenes. If you're a fan, don't miss it. Number 3. Steins. Gate. A group of young individuals invents a device capable of sending messages to the past. This is the simplest way to describe the premise of Steins' Gate. However, the actual progression of the story and its events can be incredibly mind-bending for viewers. If you've ever read or watched stories about time travel, you know how complicated the rules, limitations, and consequences of altering the past can be. This anime dives deep into those complexities, presenting a narrative that will keep you thinking about it long after watching. To fully grasp the storyline, you need to pay close attention to the unfolding events and how they connect. It's a thought-provoking experience that rewards patient and observant viewers. Number 2. Monster. The story revolves around Dr. Kenzo Tenma, a highly skilled surgeon. After performing a life-saving operation on a famous individual instead of a struggling worker, he faces a moral dilemma. Sometime later, a similar situation arises, this time involving a child and a prominent mayor admitted to the hospital simultaneously. Against hospital policies and expectations, Dr. Tenma decides to save the child, resulting in the mayor's death. At first glance, it might seem like Dr. Tenma made the more ethical decision. However, the child he saves becomes the catalyst for horrifying events, deeply impacting Tenma's life and moral compass. This anime is known for its heavy and thought-provoking narrative, packed with impactful dialogues that draw viewers into its complex themes. Monster was produced in 2004 and spans 74 episodes. Despite its age, it's a must-watch for fans of profound and intense storytelling, though it's still somewhat underappreciated by many. If you haven't seen it yet, you're in for a gripping journey that challenges your perspective on morality, justice, and the consequences of our decisions. Number 1. Mushishi. A unique story about beings called Mushi that have no specific purpose. They just exist in various forms. These creatures are beyond concepts of good and evil, or right and wrong, and humans know very little about them. However, Mushi can sometimes cause problems for people that are hard to comprehend. Mushi have the ability to imitate anything, from plants to creating rainbows, or even manifesting as diseases within humans or animals. Thanks to the presence of Mushishi, like Ginkgo, who studies these beings, each episode introduces extraordinary philosophical, spiritual, and sometimes emotional themes. To fully grasp the events and dialogue, you may find yourself rewinding and rewatching certain scenes multiple times. 3 important points. Most of the anime introduced in this video are well known and likely to have been seen by seasoned viewers. However, those who are new to anime might not have seen at least one of them. There are many anime with complex stories that provoke thought, but I've only introduced these 7 for now. If this video gets a good response, I'll recommend more anime of this style. For me, one of the best aspects of anime is its ability to make viewers think deeply while also entertaining them. It helps us understand various societal, cultural, political, and emotional issues, not just trivial or explicit content. After all, anime is meant for audiences of all ages. It's worth noting that every creator incorporates their own culture and customs into their work. So the question of whether fan service or explicit content is good or bad ultimately comes down to personal taste. My opinion? If I don't like it, I simply avoid watching such works. Thanks for sticking with me until the end of this video. Wishing you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!